Hi there VC, Steve Whitty here. Time for another video. I seem to be rushing them out quite a lot recently. This is a response video to Chris at Reeked Talk, and there's been a thread floating around which has sort of sparked my interest, and it's 7 prompts about 7-inch records. So basically, you've got to show there's 7 questions which you had to answer. Give your answer to, but the whole point of it is just try and get it in within 7 minutes, even though Chris admitted he didn't get it in the 7 minutes, but I'll give it a go. So first up, question 1, show a cool picture sleeve. Now I'm going to have my own take on this. Show you Foreigner Urgent. Now it isn't a picture sleeve as such. When this copy, the actual sleeve was a sort of stickers. So you've got a row of stickers that says urgent on it. And then if I take the record out, you've got the actual record details. So technically I might be cheating by showing this. It's not a picture sleeve as such, but it's certainly cool. So question 2, show a cool company sleeve. I've always quite liked the Harvest sleeve. Now this is the Electric Light Orchestra's debut single, 10538 Overture. This is when they had Roy Wood was in the band, which I think top 10 single for them. So yeah, that's all. I've always felt that to be a bit cool. Show a record with either a small or large hole, depending where you come from. Now, as pointed out by many from the UK, that we tend to have small holes, and in America, elsewhere, it's larger hole for the adapter. But sometimes what people do in the UK is just put them into jukeboxes or whatever, is dink out the large hole, or push out the small hole to create a large hole. So an example of one is this Foreigner's again Cold as Ice single. And if I pull up, you can see, hopefully, you can see where the old centre used to be. And somebody's dinked it out, used a little thing called a dink to put the hole through. And then they put an adapter through, to play it on a normal record player. So that's my answer to question 3. Question 4, show a coloured 7-inch. His Blondie's picture disc, when it originally came out in yellow vinyl. Again, top 10 hit. Cool cover as well. Number 5, parallel line, show record with parallel lines on the cover. It took me a while to work out what you meant, but I think it's just the actual on the label. So I've got parallel lines here. Easy Beats, Friday on My Mind. Actually, there you go. Does help if I put it in the right way. Show the right one. Top 10 biggest hit in the UK for them. Question 6, cool artwork design on the label. I've always admired Island Records. So I've got here, this is Fairport Convention, C2 Deux Partir, their version of Bob Dylan's If You Gotta Go. Top 20 hit for them, their biggest hit single. So you can see the label there. And then in the early 70s, they morphed into that label, this is Free, the Steeler, the follow-up to All Right Now, which flopped. And then later on in the 70s, I suppose their golden period, they put the label like this. So this is Johnny and Mary by Robert Palmer. Probably one of the greatest singles that never made the top 40 in the UK. Great song. And then the final question was, show record you got cheap, but it's valuable. Now, it's not emotionally valuable. I could have shown you Rupert the Bear by Jackie Lee, being the first thing I ever brought. But I brought, here, this is, again, Electric Light Orchestra. This is Rollo Beethoven. This is a demo record, not for sale. I got this for literally pennies. 29 pence. And the B-sides, the Manhattan Rumble 49th Street Massacre. When this single actually did come out, that was not included. Came to 72. Now, whether because it was on the back of the Olympic Games, the terrorists' attack on the Israeli athletes at the Munich Olympics, they pulled that to B-side. I think this wasn't the only record affected. Hawkwind's follow-up to Silver Machine Urban Gorilla sort of like lost a lot of airplay because of the nature of the song. So there you go. That's my 7, and I'm thinking at 5.5, and by the time I finish rambling, I can get this to 6 minutes. So thanks, Chris. Well done, 4 years on the VC. Great thread. Yeah, pleasure of getting that together. So enjoy your Sundays, VC. As I'm recording this on a Sunday, sun's still out, a bit cooler. So wherever you get up to, VC. Forget the other bit of housekeeping. Thumbs up, thumbs down, like the interaction. Feel free to comment. And if you feel inclined to, why not subscribe? Whatever you do, VC, make sure it's a good one. Take care of yourselves. Keep spinning. More importantly, keep on smiling.